back with yet another quick adjustment tutorial for College Football 26. This one is for the entire defensive line. I brought you the secondary first, I brought you the linebacker, and now it's time to get into how to make your quick adjustments with the entire defensive line. So let's go ahead again, cover 4 quarters out the gate because it doesn't matter. We're just showing you how to make quick adjustments with the entire defensive line. So before in my secondary video, I showed you press Y to bring up secondary adjustments. Linebackers, you press right on the D-pad to bring up your linebacker adjustments. And for the entire defensive line, you press left on the D-pad and it brings up your options for the entire defensive line. So now you have the shift D-line adjustments, which is using the left stick. And then you have the point of attack, which is the right stick. So for shift D line, you flick the left stick up to spread your entire defensive line. You flick the left stick down to pinch your entire defensive line. Flick the left stick left to move your defensive line to the left. And you flick the left stick right to move the entire defensive line to the right. So before I get into the right stick point of attack adjustments, let's go ahead and show you what some of that looks like. So say I want to spread the entire defensive line. We'll flick that left stick up. And as you can see, the entire defensive line shifted out. Now say we want to pinch the entire defensive line. Let's press left on the D-pad again. And let's flick the left stick down to pinch them. So now they all move in closer. So now we want to shift them to the left. Let's flick the left stick to the left and so on and so forth. So now let's get into the point of attack adjustments. You have slant outside by flicking the right stick up. You have slant inside by flicking the right stick down. You have slant left by flicking the right stick left, and then you have slant right by flicking the right stick right. So just to show you what some of that looks like, let's say we want to put a combination together by pinching the D-line like so, but then we want them to crash outside. Well, now we'll press left on the D-pad, and we'll flick that right stick up. So now, although we have them pinched, you see they're scheduled to crash outside. But say we want them to crash inside, even though they are pinched tight, just to ensure that that zone, that inside zone is covered. Well, we'll press left on the D-pad and flick the right stick down to crash inside. And you can see now they're slanted inside to guard against that inside zone. So let's check out some other adjustments real quick. You also have the quick adjustments for specific players on the defensive line. So you would press left on the D-pad, but then you will press left on the D-pad again to point out an individual defensive lineman. You want to make those individual adjustments too. So let's say we want to make our adjustments to Woods and say we want to either send him in a zone or man coverage or blitz, quarterback spy, whatever. We'll start with those zone assignments. So you have zone assignments and then you just have standard assignments. The zone assignments are with the left stick. So if you flick the left stick up, you will put him on a vert hook left. If you flick the left stick down, you will put him on a vert hook right. If you flick the left stick left, you'll put him on a hook curl left. If you flick the left stick right, you'll put him on a hook curl right. So let's say we put him on a vert hook left. Let's flick the left stick up. Now you can see he's scheduled to go out to the left and cover the vert. If we go back into that and highlight him and flick the left stick down, now you see he's scheduled to go to the right to cover the vert hook on the right. So let's say we go back to that and we want to put him on a hook curl left. Flick the left stick left. Now he's on a hook curl. So now let's get into some of those right stick adjustments. So say we go back on Woods. And you have man coverage. Say, even though he's on the defensive line, you want to put him in man coverage. So let's say we flick that right stick up for man coverage. You have 2 options. You have the tight end. You have 3 options. I'm sorry. You have the tight end on the left. You have the tight end on the right. And you also have the running back. Let's say we want him to guard the running back. We'll press right bumper or R1 on PlayStation. And as you can see, he's guarding the running back. Let's go back. Let's pick Woods again. Say you want him to be a spy, you flick the right stick to the left. And now you look, he's spying a quarterback. And it's self-explanatory. Again, if you watch my previous videos, you probably understand what all of this means. And with the defensive line, you also have the option on quick adjustments to send him on a bluff blitz. So you'll put him on a bluff blitz, and this is what it'll look like. So now, instead of blitzing, he will act like he's going to blitz or rush the passer, but he's initially actually going to drop into coverage, and I'll let that play out. Even though they ran a run play and he got caught up in a double team, you get the idea and the concept of that. So let's try that again, but let's try it with help. We'll bluff blitz him. All right, so then we'll let that play out. Now, as you can see, and because they run it seems every time they run a run play, he gets caught up. Even when he's trying to drop back into coverage, he ends up getting caught up. And also, another thing I failed to mention in prior videos, and that's a big mistake on my end, but if you're actually on that player, you can make individual adjustments without having to press over on a D-pad. So say I want to make those adjustments to help. I just press A on his icon, and then those individual adjustments pop up. So that's a quicker way to do it. But if you feel like you're on a player that you're going to control, but you want to make adjustments to another player that's on the opposite side of the field, and it would take up too much time, and you feel like your opponent is going to quick snap you, that's when those defensive line adjustments come into play. So instead of just getting on that player making those adjustments, you can press left on the D-pad, left again, and pick which other player you want to make those adjustments with. So that's going to do it for this video. That's how you make quick adjustments to the entire defensive line. Again, we'll bring it up. You press left on the D-pad. Shift defensive line is with the left stick. You have the options of spread, pinch, left and right. You have point of attack with the right stick, which is slant outside, slant inside, slant left, slant right. You have the quick adjustments for individual by pressing right on the D-pad. And then whatever individual you click on, they have those options for zone and assignments. You can either cover the hard flat, curl flat, vert hook, or seam flat with the zone option on the left stick, or you can send in man coverage, blitz, quarterback spy, or bluff blitz with the assignments. And one more thing that I almost forgot about, and this is key, and it's easy for me to forget about it because, again, it's another new feature added to the game that I'm not used to. So I've been doing these tutorials in the past without having to worry about this, but now I have to bring this up. But in fairness to me, I did already do a video about this, but that's performing stunts with the entire defensive line. So now if you press right on the D-pad, you have right bumper, or R1 on PlayStation brings up the stunts. If you press right bumper, you have the stunts pop up available to you. If you toggle left and right, it will show you a variety of stunts that you can do just based off of the formation you're in and how many down linemen there are. If there's 4 down linemen, you're going to notice that you have a lot more stunts you can perform with 4 down linemen than you can if you have 3 down linemen. And that's how you make quick adjustments with the entire defensive line in College Football 26. If you found this video useful, feel free to hit that subscribe button and click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with more College Football 26 tutorials coming soon. Because believe it or not, I'm going to have a ton. There will be a bunch of things that I will present to everybody that you might not have known. You might not have known. You might have, you might not have known. But in the event you didn't know, hit that like and subscribe button, click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with all these tutorials. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time. Peace.